Well, here we go again. Thank you for joining me today as we follow Argyle and yet another away trip, this time up to Huddersfield. Two sides both in poor form, two quite unhappy fan bases. It's a very different picture from the last time that I filmed a video. Last time that I filmed we were away at Burton, we won 4-0. It was the best performance of the season by quite a long way. And ever since then it has gone very, very, very wrong. We've picked up barely anything in the few games since then. We've been putting in worse and worse and worse performances. Of course, that performance at Exeter City was as bad as anything that we could have hoped for. And today we really need to pick up something to turn it round. Luckily, Huddersfield, not the most informed side. They've lost 4 in a row. They do sit in 9th in the table. I think it's 10th after the midday kickoffs. So they're certainly ahead of us in the league, but they're still not in great form, so we're hoping that we can go up there and pick something up. The team today, I must say, doesn't inspire a huge amount of confidence that things are going to be any different. It looks like that same kind of 3-5-2 type shape. To be fair, it has worked well in games. We have seen some good link-up with that shape, but we've also seen some pretty abject rubbish, to be honest with it as well. The back three, I think Ross in the middle is pretty solid. Such out on the right has been okay. Galloway coming in is not what I would choose. I'd rather have Alex Mitchell there personally. No Barley Mumba in the side today, so I assume that Owen Dale's going to play as left wing back again, with Sorinola over on the right hand side. I like that McCabe's back in the side. I think that's absolutely the right call. McCabe to sit there as the 6, Boateng and Ibrahim to push slightly further forward. It's probably the best midfield three we can put out at the moment, although, as I say, it doesn't inspire a huge amount of confidence. Of course, Talai up front, and the question is then who plays alongside him. He's gone with Aseni today. He's a better option than Ben Peppel, but I'm not entirely sure that Aseni gives us a huge amount, to be honest with you. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not particularly confident that it's going to be a great performance. I'm not particularly confident that it's going to be a great result, but we'll see how we go today. Come on, you Greens. Just getting ready for kickoff for this one. Cleverley's talked a lot about that fast start, that first goal being important in this game, so let's hope we can get it today. It's going to be really important that we do, I think. Looks like we might be set up with 4 across the back. Got Galloway over on the left-hand side there. It's looked like 3 in the middle, unless it's just McCabe. Sorry, unless it's a higher starting point for Dale. You've got Mikel Miller in the Huddersfield side, so I must admit I'd forgotten all about Mikel Miller until I saw his name on the team sheet. Nice little blast from the past. He was a decent player for us. Certainly had his little spells of being quality, and then he had injuries, and one of those typical players that we used to have back in those times where they would just, injuries would be the problem. Early corner for Huddersfield here. Could do without this early on in this game, you have to say. Defending corners is not necessarily our strong point. Everyone's favourite player, Marcus Harness, standing over it as well. Ball comes in and it's headed over the bar. It's out for a goal kick, yeah. Contested header, but keeping the Huddersfield fans quiet is going to be really important in this game. They're feeling very similar to us, you would say. I think if Huddersfield get on top of this game, then we're the ones who are going to get... Well, I say get quiet. The fans certainly don't get quiet away from home. The support from the Wycombe game was certainly there until the second goal. And then it turned pretty nasty. If we end up going an early goal down here, you wonder how it will turn. But got a free kick partway into their half, so a chance to get the ball into the box. Dale over it. Joe Rawls, the new signing, will be on quite a lot of these, you would expect. He's decent set-piece delivery on him. Down into the box. Huddersfield win the header. Ibrahim puts it back into the box, but there's no Argyle player there. Argyle throw-in, though. This is where we need to make sure we keep that tempo up. Taking it fairly quickly. And then Ibrahim loses it and it's out for a Huddersfield throw. Certainly got a lot of bodies up pressing here, haven't we? And we've won the free kick. Ibrahim was caught a bit late there. Possibly shooting opportunity for Dale. Huddersfield certainly look like they're going to put a lot of pressure on us as we get the ball further back. But as we always say, that creates space then in behind that we can try to exploit. And we're doing exactly the same thing, getting pressure on them. So looks like a high intensity game we're due for today. Certainly early on anyway. You can't play 100% intensity all the way through a game, as we know, but it's a nice turn from Harness there. Dale's going to pick up a booking there, you'd think. Yep. Player was coming past him, he just wraps a hand around him and pulls him back. Dale arguing with the referee on that, I'm not quite sure why. It's a very obvious yellow card there. Argyle doing a good job of just keeping him under pressure there. Also a lovely little ball around the corner. Such's clearance comes off their player for a goal kick. You can see where they've got a bit of quality. And Harness is obviously their main attacking output really, but a few little nice balls in behind out wide as well, so just got to make sure we're keeping on top of that. Plays it well. Sorinola hits one. Oh, that's a decent effort from Sorinola from a long way out. Would not have expected that one to come in there. Keeper fairly comfortable, but it's away for a corner. As I said, it's been a fairly solid start in this game. Kind of back to the start of the season of start pretty intensely, get teams under pressure. Typically we'd do that for 15 minutes and then the intensity would drop and then the other team would take control of the game. So we can take advantage early on. Oh, that ball nearly snuck in there. Keeper just palmed it away. Given a foul, whether it's on the keeper I'm not sure. For two sides that are lacking a bit of confidence, it's not too bad of a starter game. There's been one or two little mistakes, but nothing too costly for either side here. All we want to see today really is being a bit more solid and looking like we can create something. If we can show those two, even if we get beat, then it's better than nothing. We're certainly applying that pressure. We win a throw in from that pressure there. We're really not giving them any time on the ball in their half. The ball's certainly been in their half a lot more than it has in ours so far, so it's a positive start for us. As I say though, a bit of a battling performance along with the ability to create something. And even if we lose 1-0, 2-1, something like that, we'll at least have shown something. Compared to the last couple of games where we haven't shown anything at all, a loss wouldn't be an absolute disaster. I think if we folded and got beat 5 or 6-0, then that would definitely be the end of Tom Cleverley. And Mikel Miller with a little bit of direct run in there. He did a good job of getting in behind us. Luckily we dealt with it. It's that breakaway that we don't often deal with. Crossing opportunity now. Cross does come in. It's quite deep. So header. Oh, Hazard spilt it. Luckily he gets there as their player comes in. It was a weak header from Mikel Miller. Bounced just in front of Hazard. He almost spilt it out to their player. Oh, that would have been an absolute nightmare of a goal to concede. After a good start to the game, if we'd have conceded that one, that would have been an absolute killer. Huddersfield starting to push forward again. We've given away a free kick. He's taken it off his own player and it's bounced to Talai here. He's 1 on 3, so there's not much of a chance there, but at least we've won the ball back. Now we've got a chance to get a ball in from the right hand side. Sorinola plays it across, but there's no one coming to the near post. And the keeper claims it. From a nightmare situation that Hazard almost created to a nightmare situation for Huddersfield that they almost created there. Tries to take a free kick quickly and bounces it off his own player's heels and straight to Lauren Talai. 25 minutes gone. No great chances for either side. That Miller header is possibly the best chance. It's not an easy opportunity to get really. He always had to be climbing over to try and get to that floated ball, so he wasn't ever likely to get something. But Some nice football there as we create a bit of space in the middle, play a couple of quick passes. Ends up out for a Huddersfield throw, but it's a little bit of something at least. It's showing that we can look to play the ball through the middle. We haven't seen a huge amount of that in recent games, playing through the midfield. It's certainly a difference that having McCabe in there makes. Huddersfield started to push in to create a couple of chances there. It's just got to make sure we're just keeping on top of things now. Hazard sends the ball long and straight out of play once again. So it's the third time that Connor Hazard's done that now. Like I said, Huddersfield are just starting to build a bit of momentum in this game. This is that sort of time in the game where we just have to step up a little bit now. We started fairly well. We nullified them from the early periods. We had the ball in their half quite a lot. But they're just getting into the game now. As we said earlier on in the season, it was this kind of period where we start conceding goals, where we let teams get on top of us. And we're just starting to play long balls a little bit much as well now. I don't think we necessarily need to do that. A nice little combination there. Talai beats his man, plays a nice ball in, and it's through for a Seni. He's offside. There's some nice football there again. And Lord McCabe involved once again in that nice football. Definitely going to show that he has to be in the side every game. Dale finds Boateng in a bit of space. He chips one out to Soren Nolo. Can't quite get it under control, unfortunately. Moving the ball much quicker than we have done in past games today. It's exactly what we need to do. All the players the other side of the penalty spot. Just waiting for that movement. The ball comes in. It's floated. It's a strong header and it's a good save from Hazard. It was a strong header and either side of Connor Hazard and that goes straight in. Luckily it was pretty much right at him. But Hazard got a strong hand up to save that one. And that's the best chance of the game so far. Ball was really chipped in, but he got a good run at it. If that was even a yard either side of the keeper, that goes straight in. A bit of a let off there. Floated in again, and this time it's not such a good header. It's out for a corner. Similar setup to before. Again, ball floated in. Bounces through the box, comes through the harness. Oh! He hit it. I thought that was going straight in. Luckily, it was just off target. He got quite the connection on that Marcus Harness. See that again. Came all the way through the box to Harness. He absolutely smashed that goalwards. You can see it from behind the goal. See it just how close it was. Oh, it's hard to see how close that was, to be fair. I think just have to be solid for the next 5 minutes now. We don't need to go gung-ho at this point. Huddersfield are the side with the momentum. 4 minutes left in this half. It does feel like we're playing for half-time a little bit at the moment. Don't blame us for doing that. The lack of confidence that we would have. Particularly with Huddersfield getting into this game a little bit more. And now sent out quickly. Ibrahim, that's an awful decision to come inside there, as all the space was out wide. And it's given away to Huddersfield, and now they play it down the line. Chance to get the ball across, and it just misses their striker who's sliding in. Sorensen keeps it in though, plays it back to Harness, who floats one in. And the header, it's saved again by Hazard. And headed straight back at him. Oh, we are living a bit dangerously at the moment here. A minute to go here. We've really got to hold on to half time. And Dale got a touch there, but no foul given as he was brought down. There's ball slid through, and this is a great chance for Huddersfield. And it's in. And it's 1-0, and you can't say that it's not deserved. They held on to the ball fairly well. We've worked it out wide. And it was just that ball slid in behind our defence again, and the simple cutback, and you couldn't miss from there. And that is a rather gutting blow. I have to say, the first 25-30 minutes of this game, we played well. We were strong. We didn't give them any good opportunities, but these last 10 minutes, we've sat off a little bit more. We've played longer balls, and we've kind of let them into the game, and Huddersfield have taken advantage. And they're going to go in 1-up at half-time. And I think you have to say, based on the last 10 minutes, it's deserved. But it is sure frustrating. And it's out for an Argyle throw. And there's the half-time whistle. And it's a frustrating one to go in at 1-0 down. As I said, we started well. We put a lot of pressure on them early on. We kept the ball in their half for the first 15-20 minutes of the game. They started to then come into it after about 25-30 minutes. And so the last 10 minutes of that half were all Huddersfield. Forgetting who we're playing against then. So to go in at 1-0 down is frustrating, possibly not too surprising. And there's a big 45 minutes coming up now. We have got to find a way to take control of this game again. We started well, like I said, but it's that drop-off in quality partway through that half that has been so typical of Argyle performances this season. And if we can't find a way to start creating some chances, there's only one way this game's going to go, unfortunately. 1-0 at half-time. Let's hope we can come out and ask a few more questions. Second half. Well, players on their way back out. You can see the Huddersfield side there on the pitch. Can't imagine there'll be any changes at half-time. I'm not too sure what we can bring on, to be honest. Now we've got Barley Mumba, who we can potentially bring on. Oh, we have got a change. Mumba on for Oseni is interesting. Whether that's going to mean we go to a 4-3-3 possibly. Mumba and Dale possibly either side of Talai. And then 4 at the back. We've got to try something. We're not creating enough at the moment. So those balls in behind, in between the wing back and the centre back is where we get those balls slid in. That's what created the goal. There's been a few times that opportunity's come from other balls slid across. They've had balls into the box. It looked like there could have been a dangerous situation from that one, but it was well covered. They're making a good point on the commentary there. Is just not taking care of the ball in those situations. We have given it away too often compared to Huddersfield, who when they get the ball forward, they do tend to get a ball in the box. They've won a lot of corners. 7 minutes into the half, we haven't really created many chances. We haven't created any chances. But again, we're putting the pressure on. We've not given away too much either. It's just that lack of qualities. That's what we need. Ooh, too much space there, and that's nicely dragged back. And this could be 2. It's deflected back to him, and it's saved by Hazard. It didn't look like there was much there, but they just found a big pocket of space in the middle. Cut back quite nicely onto his left foot. Played it across to for a good shooting chance. He cut back nicely, played it across for the shooting chance. It was blocked at first, but it came straight back to him. It was Miller who took the final shot in the end. There's a corner, it goes low, and it's out to edge of the area, but it's blocked. Argyle having to work hard to block a few shots and crosses at the moment. It's a poor touch from Ibrahim, and Huddersfield come away with it. I feel like I've said that a lot today. Poor touch from Ibrahim, Huddersfield have the ball. What we've seen quite a bit of in this this second half. We've had the ball in our half, but we just haven't been able to progress it through, unfortunately. And we're going to see a change. We're going to see Joe Hatch coming on very early here. Joe Hatch coming on, I can understand. I'm not too sure what Joe Hatch has done to mean that he gets a spot instead of Tegan Finn. He's going to come on for Owen Dale. I mean, that youth and enthusiasm is not going to be a bad thing. I think the fact that his last game he played was for Taunton Town probably suggests the level that he's at, as we just play the ball straight out for a throw-in. I'd personally rather have Tegan Finn coming on into that space, but we can certainly give the lad a chance and see if he gives us anything. Played it out to Hatch out on the left-hand side. Just having to cut back here. We had that bit of space to play into, but it's just slowed up a little bit now. That's when we get space to play into, we've really got to be a lot more clinical, I think. The problem is, as soon as we start passing around the edge of the box, we end up making a mistake like we did there, and now Huddersfield can bring it away. It's well dealt with by Galloway, but it is now a Huddersfield throw-in. Got past the 60-minute mark, and there's not a huge amount to suggest that we're going to get a goal in this game. It's the same setup as before, everyone on the other side of the penalty spot. It's the same taker who floated a couple of decent balls in the first half. Not quite as floated. It's headed. Oh, it's a simple chance. And that's two, and that's got to be game over. Ball was floated in. It was flicked across goal. It looked like there was a chance for us to get it away or get a touch. And it ended up just dropping to their player at the far post, and he's not missing that. And that's probably the end of it. We didn't look like creating one goal. We're certainly not looking like creating two. The pressure just keeps mounting, doesn't it? You see the replay here. It's flicked on. There were two. McCabe, to be fair, it bounced right in front of McCabe. It was tough for him to clear. Joe Hatch at the far post probably could have done a bit more with it. Held up quite well. Ibrahim gets the foot in. He had the chance to get it clear, but he held on to the ball and then ends up giving away a corner. I don't understand that. You hold him up there, you win the ball back, just get it clear. You don't need to hold on to it. There's nothing to gain in that situation. We give away a corner. We've just conceded from a corner. We've conceded another, at least one, possibly two good chances in the first half from a corner. It's just poor decisions again. About 20 minutes if you include added on time. It is hard to see where the chances are going to come from, because this half we have created absolutely nothing. Offside, so they tap in another one, but it's clearly offside. It is very, very difficult to see where any chances are coming from for us in this game. Patterson's coming on now, which is good. Ibrahim's come off and has walked straight down the tunnel, which is not what you want to see. I think we've been workmanlike. It's not as if we've been dreadful today, in terms of our work off the ball anyway. But once again, it's a complete lack of creativity. We had Owen Dale before he came off, who was just under-hitting almost every pass. Barley Mumba's come on and he's got the ball and has just been half a second too slow with everything. Joe Hatch has come on and, as expected, not really been in the game. 15 minutes. If we're going to get back into the game, we've got to create something now, essentially. And now we find ourselves just passing the ball between the back three, with Huddersfield putting us under pressure. We've won a free kick from Sorinola. But we're not looking to progress the ball through the middle. We've not got the ability to do it at the moment. And the only way that we can do it is through Lord McCabe. I must admit, I wasn't expecting to get anything from this game, so a loss is not surprising. I said early on that if we lose the game, but we show that we can create something and we're showing a good committed performance, it's not going to be a bad thing. We have shown a degree of commitment in the performance, certainly off the ball. We've worked hard, but the ability to create anything, and we'd had 4 shots in the first half. No quality attempts at all. We've had 1 more in this half. I can't remember it. We are just not creating anything. Compared to Huddersfield, who they get the ball, players drift off and find space, they're decisive with their passing, we're just not. We get the ball, we hold it, we hold it, we hold it, we play a pass which is slightly off target, which is slightly under hit. It's now we're just knocking the ball around at the back with absolutely no ability to play it forward. And here the fans starting to get on the backs a little bit. And I must admit, I don't blame them at this point. We have not looked anywhere near creating anything. There's the sacked in the morning chant coming through. The problem is we don't have a game next weekend, so it's another 2 weeks on the training pitch, but we've had that a couple of times already and it's just had no impact. as someone who wanted Tom Cleverley at the start, I would hope that he was someone who might have a bit more of an idea of how to get the best out of a side like this. But he just doesn't seem to be anywhere near getting the best out of this group of players. When you look at the players who were here last season, and I think Malachi Boateng is probably the only one that you'd say is consistently better than he was last season. Mumba's fallen off a cliff. Hazard, as you can't really judge, I suppose. In terms of defenders, I don't think Galloway's the player he used to be. Sorinola's not played the way you would expect him to. In League One, these players should be doing far better. You can hear the anti-Cleverley chants at the moment. And it's getting close to a point where they're going to not have much of a choice. Because as much as they're saying we're backing him, he is not showing any deserving, he's not showing any way that he's deserving of it. As the ball comes in here, but Mumba wins the header. So I'm not commenting on the game because there's no point. Huddersfield have the ball and they're attacking us. The idea of us creating a chance is silly. We're not moving the ball. And we moved the ball okay in the first half. We get the ball now, we start moving, dribbling it a bit upfield, we look to play it across. I mean, there's a ball into midfield at last. And we win a foul from it. We actually look to play a ball into midfield and we get somewhere. I would say we were doing that okay in the first half. We've now just played the ball into Patterson. And it's absolutely ridiculous decision to play that pass. He's got two players around him. Huddersfield have it. And they've scored again. We play a pass to a player. We have a free kick. We play the pass into Patterson, who's got two players around him. No chance to do anything with it. Huddersfield nip it away from him. They come forward and they score. It's an absolute joke. This team has absolutely no business playing for this club. They have just folded. 2-0 down and they've completely folded. They've not shown any desire to get back into this game at all. This is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. I don't like to be overly critical, but as soon as they went 2-0 down, they just can't be bothered. The decisions they've made, the attempt to move the ball, they're gone. And look, I know we can say Cleverley's lost the dressing room, blah, blah, blah. But we said that about Ian Foster, we said that about Wayne Rooney, and now we're saying it again. Obviously, neither of those two managers were anywhere near the standard that we should have had at this club. But equally, there's got to be an issue in that dressing room as well, that these players aren't playing football for the club. You don't keep losing the dressing room, and it's always on the manager. Sometimes, yeah, absolutely, and I'm struggling to defend him for this, as we just pass the ball out for another throw-in. I'm struggling to defend him with this because this second half display has been awful. It has been awful, and there's no way this can carry on any longer. There is no way this can carry on any longer. We've not shown any ability to get into this game or any desire to. And Huddersfield are coming forward again. He's offside, luckily. Mumba gets into a crossing position. The defender, he's got a step on the defender. He lets the defender get back. And then he plays in a worse cross. The decisions made by some of these players are ridiculous. Gabe's got a chance to play it across from Sorinola. Cross comes in, header from Talai. And it's headed out almost for a throw-in. We keep it in, but he nearly headed it for a throw-in. And we've scored. Cross comes in. Talai somehow finds a header from an awful cross. And now Talai's going to get in trouble because he's trying to wrestle a defender for the ball. And now Talai's got booked. The cross came in from Mumba. It bounced before it got to anybody. It was helped on. Talai just reacted. The frustrating thing is we've scored a goal and no one cares. Because we've just completely given up from 2-0. We've scored a goal for an awful cross from our one player with any degree of quality managing to react to it. And now Huddersfield come forward again. Oof. Galloway luckily clears it away, otherwise that would have been 4-1. Not sure how much added time's been added here, but not sure there's any point in playing any of it. Oh, we're going to bring on Roberts and Wiradu. That's going to make a difference. Oh, they've won 4-0. They're winning 4-0, so that would take them ahead of us. And that'll put us bottom of the league. 15 games, bottom of the league. I don't like to be that club that keeps moving on from managers, but 15 games bottom of the league, and this league, there's not much justification. There's the final whistle. And that might well be the last game that we see Tom Cleverley in charge of Argyle. It's sad, to be honest. I think we all obviously wanted him to succeed. I certainly thought he was the right man for the job at the start of the season. The recruitment's been dreadful. The performances have been worse. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how it's going to get any better until we get to January and can bring in someone creative. Xavier Amici, I suppose, will come back. Watts isn't really a creative player, more of a worker. Amici possibly could give us a little bit of creativity. That's interesting. They cut the feed as soon as the whistle goes, pretty much. They're not going to show how the players and fans interact at the end. Oh, it's another tough one, isn't it? Unfortunately, as I say, we're not showing any signs that we can improve. If we were getting better but still losing games, if we were getting unlucky, then you could see some justification for keeping things as they are. But unfortunately, after a strong start to the game, we concede a goal. We need to push out, come out in the second half and really look to create something, and we don't. As soon as we go 2-0 down, I don't want to say down tools, but it certainly doesn't look to be a huge amount of effort to go and get back into the game. Unfortunately, the problems are running pretty deep at the moment, and I don't see any way that we're crawling out of them yet. So, no game next week gives us an opportunity to try and come up with something or other, I suppose. I think Port Vale's the crunch game. If Cleverley's not gone after this game, if we lose up at Port Vale, I don't see any way that we can keep him. And I think that's going to be the crucial game. They're only one spot above us in the league. They're 23rd, we're 24th. So that's going to be the key one, unfortunately. But oh well, thanks for joining me. I'm not sure you would have enjoyed that, but you know, if you did, give it a like, give it a subscribe. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Green Army!